This is Satan's Son, number 9 from 1990 Summit. And I'm reviewing this one because this was a bit of a surprise. Satan's Son, he was one of my favourite characters, but I absolutely hate this series. It is almost everything I hate about comics. It's just a book of petty resentment. It clearly hated this character, it hated superheroes, it hated the medium in general. It was very vocal with its cynicism and its loathing. And on top of demolishing the character and any other character within his radius, it was really smarmy and annoying in its insistence of the writer's own atheist beliefs. I still didn't understand how or why someone who is so staunchly an atheist that they won't even consider the idea of the existence of a fictional hell or a fictional Satan would agree to write a book where it is a requirement. But some people might accuse me of being biased or of automatically hating everything to do with this book because of what it did to the character, or because I sound like a right religious nut. But reading this was one of the biggest shocks of my life. This series, I have got issues 1 and 2, I think maybe 3 and 4, and then randomly this one, issue 9. And I hated the first bunch so much, I just never read this. I didn't like this take on the character, and I hated reading them first issues, but this is a tremendous improvement. It's also not written by the same insufferable atheist. Straight away, this book, it mentions heaven and hell, and unlike in the first issues, every time they say it, they haven't gone, except it's not really heaven or hell, they are just dimensions that resemble mankind's naive faith. In fact, there is not a single mention of any of that rubbish about how Satan's son's father isn't actually Satan, how it's just a bloke from another evil demon dimension that looks a little bit like Satan. The plot here is, I'm not entirely sure because I've not read the surrounding issues, but it seems to be Satan's son, he has taken some souls to heaven, souls that wound up in hell, or something like that. This is a better written issue, but that still doesn't mean it is perfect. I think the story, it could be set up and explained better, and the characters need proper introductions. Also, this fucking really long, multiple page advert for Dragon Strike should just get fucked. This seems to be a rush job, this story, this issue, a fill-in maybe. Or it seems to be a sudden creative team shuffle. The art for this one is handled by 2 different artists. And here we have got Mark Beaver. You might remember Mark Beaver from that rubbish Excalibur storyline that I reviewed some time ago. And his art was atrocious. It was a bad fit for that story, and it was just properly ruining a mediocre story. Well, I also said that his art could work in other circumstances, and here we can. Mark Beaver, his art works really well here. It matches the style and the tone. We've got Etrigan the Demon here. He's written much, much better than in the other issues. In those, he was like an adult slave. And here, he's back to the character I recognise. Also worth noting is Mark Beaver. He did the art for the Etrigan the Demon mini-series. So this is kind of like him coming back to the character a decade later. But one problem that I do have is that this feels very decompressed. For a comic from the 90s, it is very comparable to some comic from 2009. Satan's son, to get to heaven, he has got to go through hell first, and he fights a bunch of evil demons. Then we have got the cat, aka Kate Leff. She is another character that this series brutalised. But look, she's not a drooling, brain-dead vegetable here. And that is great, and... oh no, she's drooling again. But then our major idea for this issue is that Satan's son, he has to give in to his dark side, his Satan's side, because he's getting overwhelmed by hordes of evil demons. And so Satan's son, he surrenders to his darker half and he starts singing Taylor Swift. So he starts slaughtering the evil demons, and we get loads of inner monologue from him about how much easier and how much better it is allowing his Satan side to surface. And it is a fun Jeffrey and Hines situation, and even the people that he is guiding to heaven, they are afraid of this evil side of Satan's son. The comic is too short though, not much happening inside, but I still prefer this immensely over the rest of the series. If there was 25 issues of this take and this style, I'd probably be all over that, but sadly this is mostly just a blip in an otherwise deplorable series. I'm still only going to rate this 7 thumbs up though.